What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 81 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. You are home with the Rona for about a week, aren't you?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but, that's what happens.
Throwing a wrench in our vacation plans and everything, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, Tiff ended up getting it from most likely work, and as a result, because, we live together, I'm also going to have to be off, so
it happens.
It's unfortunate that it just happens to be literally the week I'm supposed to be on vacation, but at the same time, now I don't have to take my vacation days, so I don't know.
Risk-free vacation. Let's go.
I don't know. It is what it is, so unfortunately, we did have plans to travel out of state this next week, and now that's not happening, and instead I get to stay home, so if you're interested, I'm probably going to be streaming every day for the next week to keep myself entertained.
So yeah, you'll be streaming a lot here for the foreseeable future for a while.
I know. I streamed like 4 hours today. Probably going to do something similar tomorrow. Granted, this is Thursday when it comes up, but even still, like Monday when this actually goes live, I will most likely be streaming at some point that day. So go follow me on Twitch. I'm probably live right now.
I'm going to say, you could convince me to stream with you, because I also have the week off. Not because of anything like that, but we were going to go with you. Yep. And I told my boss, it's like, we're not going to Tennessee now, but I still want the week off. I've been working my butt off for
Dude, you have worked
a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So because, I definitely want time off.
The last time I had time off, like, I actually took time off of work was when we went to Collinsville last February.
Yeah. It's been me working, same thing since then. Just been working nonstop. Yep. So,
granted, I have a set work schedule, so, I have my 3 days off every week.
What's a day off? I don't know what those are.
Just because I'm not working doesn't mean I'm not doing stuff. Those are the days I usually record my laddering videos and record the podcast and, everything else. So, even though they're my days off, that doesn't mean I'm just not working. I'm doing other things. So,
Yep.
So, what are we doing this week, man?
So, this week, since Series 10 is kind of starting to become solidified, I guess you want to call it, and you can start to team build and metagame a little bit better, I thought it would be cool to do a team building exercise like we did way back for Series 7 and 9, where we just kind of spitball and build. And
it has been forever since we've done something like this. I know last time, I think it might have been Series 5. I know it has been a long while.
It's been a while.
Because you wanted to spitball ideas, and I'm just like, all right, Obstagoon, let's do it. So that's basically all I remember about that team. I know we never actually built it, we never actually played with it or anything else, but depending on how long the actual team building goes today, we might hop on Showdown and actually play a couple games with it. So if you're interested in watching those, they will probably be near the end of the actual video. If you're listening on audio, we'll do our best to commentate them. So,
or you can just go to the YouTube and watch it there.
Obviously, we would prefer you give us that click on both links.
Yeah.
So, I know you messaged our group chat the other day, and you're like, man, I'm really tired of playing Zygarde. I need a new restricted to build around. So, I'm assuming that's where we're starting is, what do you want to build around?
So, we ended up picking Yveltal just because it's something I like to play with. I have a shiny of it. I don't have to go hunt for it. And Yveltal's something I feel like it's just almost good enough to fit into the top discussion of top restricted still. I'm not sure.
See, Yveltal is currently at less than 5% on Pikalytics. The closest restricted to it, let's see.
Probably Cali Ice.
It's slightly above Eternatus, And then, yeah, Cali Ice is about an entire percentage above it. And then Groudon. So, like, it's actually fairly close to the top when you actually look at restricted. It's like, you have Zacian, Xerneas, Kyogre, Cali Shadow, and then Groudon. So, like, it's like 7 or 8 or whatever. I'm obviously not counting, so I think it's 7.
Yeah, it's top 7. It's number 7.
Like, top 10 restricted is still, like, viable.
Yeah. Just outside of top 10% usage, which is the other restriction for this challenge here we have going on. We can't use anything in the top that has above 10% usage rate.
Because, obviously, this is something that you and I are really well, like, known for, is playing mons that no one else really knows, and or, like, just playing our favorites. That's why, like, when I built Eternatus, people have been playing Eternatus, but not in the way that I was.
Exactly.
You get things like Quagsire and Swampert, like, these mons that are really obscure, but when you actually look at them, what they're being used for is very specific, yet also very good at that role. So, figured, since we're going to be doing this team building exercise together, we might as well, eliminate the Incineroars and the Rillabooms and just like all these mons that are obviously very good in this format, and just be like, we could play those, or we could play other things that are fun. So
let's explore other avenues, because let's be honest here, we could grab Water Urshifu, Incineroar, Rillaboom, slap them on next to Yveltal, grab Stack Attacka, grab Redirector, and you have your team. And that's it.
All right, cool. But that's not nearly as fun as what we want to do.
Exactly.
So, like, you and I have talked about it, and I don't know if we've actually talked about it on the air, but, like, Stack Attack is kind of busted.
I have claimed it time and time again. Stack Attack needs to be considered a restricted mod. It is that dang powerful.
It's really powerful. I believe it was, I was watching someone, and I think they were playing with Mental Herb Stack Attacka, and just like, alright, cool, you taunted me, because that's on the rise now. It's like, the amount of taunt that's in the format has definitely risen over the last couple weeks. Like, I'm still gonna trick room ya.
I'm still gonna do the thing, yeah. And then there's even games where you just don't care and you don't set up trick room at all, and you just blow them up.
So actually looking at the Pikalytics page here for Yveltal, obvious things that we want to do is like, where do you want to start with this?
So how I always approach my team building is when I pick my restricted or I pick my core that I want to build around or things like that, I try to pick out the rest of my mons before I even look at moves, EVs, items, and whatnot.
Okay, see,
and then I go back and I go through.
I feel like I do the opposite of that, of where, all right, this is the mon I want to play, this is the set I want to mess with, and like obviously I can fine tune that and do everything over time, but obviously looking at Pikalytics, Assault Vest Yveltal is the most common one, followed by Utility Umbrella? What?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
I actually don't know. Then like Life Orb, there's Black Glasses, Weakness Palsy, and so like we could play super bulky Yveltal with like Assault Vest so we can live his from Cali Shadow, but like there might be something else on the team that wants to have Assault Vest just as much, if not more. So, pigeonholing yourself into, okay, this has to have this item, isn't always the correct way of going about building. Sometimes that's fine, and, going, like, I know that's something that, on one of the early iterations of my Eternatus team, I had Assault Vest and Incineroar. And, like, after playing with it a couple games, it's just like, yeah, sure, this extra bulk is nice, but, like, I think I would rather have it on something else, because Incineroar's bulk is already good. So why not just give it a berry and let it be able to, parting shot or taunt or what other move you want in that slot, just to have that you're restricting yourself by not playing with Assault Vest.
Yep.
And instead give the extra bulk to something else. So obviously starting with Yveltal, looking at common partners, the ones that are inside our restriction is Gastrodon.
I'm about to say, I think Gastrodon's the only one that fits. So we're going to be digging deep for some new synergies to play with Yveltal.
So, Yveltal, clearly flying type, dark type. You're weak to fairy, you're weak to rock. Being weak to fairy, you probably want to be paired with a steel type. So like this is like off the air things that we're doing. It's just like, all right, obviously we want to play Yveltal. What steel type can we pair with this? And you're like,
Registeel.
So
we're gonna get the clickbait no matter what here. We have to talk about Registeel. Registeel is something that we saw a ton of in Series 9 and then just none of it afterwards.
Which is really crazy when you think about it, because like then you had a bunch of Intimidate just like you do in the current format. But you also had Dynamax. And like Registeel could take Dynamax hits all day.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's built appropriately. So, like, having it here in a format...
You weren't Dynamaxing Registeel to begin with.
No!
So it's like, where did it go? What happened to Registeel? So
naturally, that's where we're going.
Yeah, we're going to play with Registeel.
So, I know this is something you and I, again, were talking about. It's like, looking at Registeel, there's a couple very obvious things you can do with it. Most common item here on Picolytics is Leftovers, and it's literally the only item listed. So
yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
You could do that. Something that I was thinking about was like Rocky Helmet as a way to punish Incineroars and Rillabooms for wanting to click Fake Out into you.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be, probably not in this case, but you could be like Assault Vest and then be extremely bulky. The problem is like, what 4 damaging moves are you putting on Registeel?
Exactly. It's going to be real hard to fill all 4 of those moves with actual good moves that are actually doing something productive.
Can you hear those sirens?
I could, yeah. You getting arrested over there, Carter?
Not today, I'm not. I hope.
Well, don't mind me. I had construction earlier today, so we'll see if they should be done by now.
I would think so. It's after 5. They shouldn't be working.
Oh, they start way before anybody else, and sometimes it runs much later than that.
Oh,
so,
I'm not surprised.
Like you mentioned, Registeel can be Leftovers, Rocky Helmet. There's other things to do with that. The big thing Registeel has a weakness to is Ground, which is why it pairs really well with Yveltal. The other issue here is we still kind of weak to fighting coverage.
Yeah, like we are obviously neutral on Yveltal, and Yveltal does take, like you are able to punish the fighting types such as Urshifu with like Oblivion Wing, but Registeel doesn't really care for like Mind Chow or Urshifu. Like clicking close combat into this thing is pretty devastating for it. So the question is like, how do we mitigate that weakness?
We can either A, find a ghost type that we really, really like, or B, find something that just resists fighting naturally, like a fairy type, and play with that.
What do you think of Comfey?
Comfey kind of feels like we're pigeonholed into weakness policy things.
Like, obviously you can do weakness policy things, but even still, both of these mons love being extremely bulky, and by doing that, you're adding the ability to do, like, floral healing things into both of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's the pairing of, like, going for Draining Kiss, triggering your policy on Yveltal, but, like, showing that in Team Preview, like, if you lead those two, and you are just, like, Assault Vest on Yveltal, it's like, alright, cool, you're going to target down my Yveltal to try to prevent it, and instead you're going to get punished for doing so.
So something I was thinking on, and I was looking through and making sure, is actually just using Dragapult.
Sure.
As just like this start of our fantasy core, if you want to call it that. It's a ghost type.
Dragon Steel, yeah. Let's see, what other fairies can we actually use here? There's Whimsicott, which I don't hate. It does add another fire weakness, which doesn't pair extremely well with Registeel, so we would...
Or...
If that's the plan, we would obviously need to address it.
Tapu Fini, so we could do Steel Roller things with our Registeel.
I actually really like that. Fini also means that you can't be, like, burnt on Registeel.
Mm-hmm.
The problem there is, like, then you're, like, pigeonholing one of them to being leftovers. Obviously, Feeny does benefit from it as well, but, like, I think it was on Aaron Zeng's channel. He was playing Assault Vest Feeny. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That
Dude,
one
it was sick.
That was so cool. Which then we'd have to figure out what we're going to do with the Yveltal, but that's why I don't do items first. That's why I pick Pokemon first, and then I go through and I find out what items I have access to, what likes what. Other things we could like consider if we were looking for like fighting like immunities or resistances is like Mimikyu's a good option, especially since we have a Registeel. Mimikyu kind of does the same thing as Dragapult. It gives you that fighting immunity while also still being kind of supportive as well, because Mimikyu gets all of the ghost type things. You get Trick Room for Registeel if you want to do something with that.
You also get like Woodhammer for like decent coverage. I'm wondering, I know we don't have any way of like do we get Sucker Punch? Is that a thing?
On Mimikyu?
I know we get Shadow Sneak, but we don't get like Sucker Punch.
We don't get Sucker Punch, no.
Okay.
No.
I'm just trying to think like what other mons we can potentially use with Registeel to abuse Dark Aura?
Off the Yveltal? What it's called? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like, obviously you don't have to. Yveltal by itself does enough. But, like, if you can have those little like, nuances to be able to bulk it up just that, or to be able to do that much more damage with it, I mean, that's not a bad thing, and it is something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I don't hate Mimikyu. Mimikyu actually looks pretty decent here. If we do that, like, that gives us access to Shadow Sneak, so, like, if we want to do Trick Room thing, if we want to do weakness policy things, that gives us another avenue to do so.
I don't know what we'd Shadow Sneak into, but that is an option, yeah.
Let's see, there's Psychic types, there's Ghost types. Those are the only two things weak to it.
Yeah.
Both of which are also weak to like Sucker Punch from Yveltal, which again, like that like those two by themselves are doing a ton of damage.
I was about to say I wouldn't Sucker Punch.
I'm just saying it technically is an option.
I would not be Sucker Punching into my own Pokemon. But yeah, just those are things I think about when I think of just like I have a weakness and a neutral hit to fighting. I probably would rather have an immunity over a resistance. Mm-hmm. Like, if I could afford it, I would do that. So we could always come back to our fighting whatever, and we probably need to look at focusing on, like, a fire, water, grass cord instead right now.
Well, I know we talked about it. I really like the idea of Feeny here, just because, like, then we can do Steel Roller things. This also punishes, like, your opponent trying to switch in on, with, like, because you're going to want to be able to bait out the Rillabooms with Feeny, then Yveltal can then punish them for doing so. Mm-hmm. Which I think is pretty okay. The problem there is you have too weak to Eliki, which again, that's not a huge problem. We can mitigate that because we have 3 more team spots here.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, that might be why Yveltal is commonly paired with Gastrodon, is just like be able to have that electric...
That immunity to electric types, yeah.
So I mean, I don't hate Feeny here. I don't hate Mimikyu as well. Both of those seem pretty okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Let's look at the rest of this team, and then we can come back and decide on that and see if we want to something we want to change.
So let's see. If we were doing Fire, Water, Grass Core, we can do. I type in grass and Landorus Therian pops up. Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm assuming that's because of Grass Knot.
100%, yeah.
Same with like Thunderous Therian. I'm assuming it has access to Grass Knot.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a grass type that actually isn't like I could just like be a standalone grass type. And one of the things I noticed when I do deep dives and whatnot, when I go and do all this research for stuff, is grass types are actually really, really popular in Series 10.
True. Very true.
They make up a good chunk of the top 10 when it comes to just like overall choices. You see things like Rillaboom, Serena, Amoonguss, Whimsicott's up there really high.
Whimsicott, You have like Venusaur, Ferrothorn rounding out like the top cuts here as well. Obviously, Venusaur's 99% of the time going to be paired with Groudon. I actually want to see how close to that number I am. Sorry, 58% of the time.
Oh.
I actually think that's incredibly low. You have Cheerum in like the same boat. Cheerum is 89% with Groudon.
That makes much more sense because of the Wolfie team.
There's like Ludicolo, which I actually don't hate as like an answer to potential Kyogre things. The problem is you're probably still getting outsped by Scarf Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what is Ludicolo's speed stack get to?
Ludicolo gets to 124, I'm pretty sure. It's a base 70, so yeah, it should be 124.
It's a little slower than I would like.
No, it gets to 134.
134. Okay. So that gets us to 278.
We can't outspeed Alecki. 268.
Yeah, you're right. I did my math wrong. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
Not being able to outspeed Alecki is like really awkward.
Yeah, that's why we've seen a migration away from Ludicolo. It's like, and plus when the Scarf Kyogre started running around, it gets harder to outspeed it.
I also like. I don't hate Mimikyu here, just so like we have a potential Trick Room thing with like Registeel as well.
So have we talked ourselves into Mimikyu here?
I'm really leaning towards it. I think I really like the idea of Mimikyu.
Okay. So
I think these three are pretty okay together.
So the next big thing, like I said, is a Fire, Water, Grass core, and we could also just like fit a dragon in. We could have our fantasy core, but the dragon is not necessary, I feel like, in this format.
I would agree to that.
If you want a dragon, player restricted. Those are the dragons you play. Dragapult is like the only dragon anymore that you can get away with not being a restricted Pokemon. I feel like that's like the safest bet to make.
Let's see. I'm just quickly punching these in just to see like potential weaknesses that we need to be able to cover. Let's see. This is Ghost, not Steel Fairy. There we go.
I feel like we have pretty good coverage overall between those three.
Yeah, honestly, it's like what I'm seeing here. We have two weaknesses that are not covered by resistances or immunities from other mons. We're weak to fire and we're weak to electric. Neither of which we have an immunity or resistance to.
Yeah.
Water as well, but we're not weak to water.
I have solved our problem.
Cool. That actually like literally answers everything we need to. So if we add in Gastrodon,
maybe
that shows that the only thing we don't have a resistance to is water at this point.
Which we have Storm Drain.
Which we have an immunity to. Which, granted, this calculator I'm looking at does not actually take abilities into account. Because, again, you can have, like, Sticky Hold on Gastrodon as well. Obviously, not in our sense, but just in, like, a general sense. So
if I'm doing anything that's not Storm Drain, I'm slapping Sandforce on this thing. And I'm
just saying.
I'm going to slap some Pokemon around.
So... let's see. We have, like, at this point, all of our types are basically covered. So at this point, it's just like filling in our coverage roles. So we have water, we have fairy steel, so we would want like potentially a dragon there to round out that fantasy core. So at this point, we're just missing like our standard core of fire and grass.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What fire types are actually playable in this format that aren't named Incineroar or Volcarona?
We get to play Torkoal.
We could, like, honestly, we could play Torkoal.
And then we get to play Venusaur on top of that.
I don't hate that.
Torkoal and Venusaur are both within our restriction that we've placed on ourselves.
We could also play a Lolawhack, which then gives us a Lightning Rod as well.
Yeah. The one downside there is we're really weak to dark, kind of. Just like we'd have one resistance, one super effective, and then one neutral.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Mimikyu does kind of like answer that because we do have the fairy typing on it, but like if we are trying to do Trick Room things with it, like that's not great. So yeah, I think slapping on Torkoal here is pretty okay.
This is becoming a Trick Room team with Yveltal on it, and I'm not sure how good that is.
Look, man, we have a Trick Room mode.
That's why I wasn't sure if we wanted to go hard into Torkoal or if we wanted to look at other fire types.
Let's see, other fire types here. We have Heatran. We have Rotom Heat, which then adds in another ground immunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know people have been playing around with Moltres. I've seen a bunch of tweets about Moltres here lately.
Oh, we don't have Intimidate yet. We can play Arcanine.
Oh yeah, we can just literally slap on Arcanine.
Yeah, Arcanine just fits in this really, really well. And then the hardest part, I feel like, is going to be a grass type, because a lot of the good grass types are up near the top.
Okay. Solid grass types that fit our bill. Honestly, it might just be Bulu.
We could play Bulu. I don't hate just slapping Ferrothorn on here.
I don't either.
But then we just have 2 fire weaknesses.
So, looking at this, now we have a weakness to water, which we have an immunity to. We have 2 ground weaknesses, and we have 1 immunity.
Rotom-Mow. Whatever grass type we get, it's going to help our ground weakness a little bit.
It will. I will agree with that. It also helps cover our water weakness that we have with Arcanine. Granted, we still have Gastrodon there as well, but I don't hate Rotom. I don't love it.
I actually hate it. I was just making a joke because that's exactly what we wanted, was a grass type that helps our water matchup a little bit better, and that's the best one I could think of.
Cradilly. Add a second Storm Drain Mon. No, see, this works out perfect because then you can surf with Gastrodon.
I mean, we could.
I don't like it, but you can.
Yeah, it's something you could do. I'm not a fan of it. We could also just play Whimsicott if we're needing more support. I'm not sure there.
We could change Mimikyu back to Feeny, and then we can play Decadewey.
Well, if we change Mimikyu to Feeny, then we have double water type. And is that something we need? Probably not.
Need? No. Want? Probably also no.
I like Arcanine with the rest of the squad. I'm not sold 100% on Mimikyu yet. I like Gastrodon, and I like Registeel and Yveltal.
See, looking at like potential redirection with Rage Powder, there's Butterfree and Tangrowth, neither of which I think are all that interesting.
Indeedee is just out of range at 10.9%.
What about Follow Me users? There's Togekiss.
I was about to say we have Togekiss.
And Clef. Clef Yveltal sounds disgusting.
Oh gosh. Ew.
We just won't die. Yveltal's impossible to KO at that point.
Right?
I mean, like, the big problem there is, like, we have, like, 2 okay answers to... I mean, like, honestly, our Zacian matchup isn't all that terrible.
No.
We have Gastrodon, we have Arcanine, Registeel. Obviously, Registeel needs to worry about, like, Sacred Sword, but that's why we also have Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Yveltal probably doesn't line up all that well against Zacian, especially if they have play rough.
It doesn't. I can tell you that for a fact. It does not line up great into Zacian, which is why we see less of it overall.
In like the Zacian matchup, if we have like Yveltal Clef on our team, we probably don't bring either of them and just bring the other 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, doesn't sound awful. Try to set up like a trick room and then something Registeel them.
something Registeel them.
Look, man, that's the best I got. I honestly don't hate Togekiss. It gives us another ground immunity as well.
Yeah. But then it's another Regieleki weakness too.
True, it's also another weakness to Zacian, which again I think is pretty negligible based on the mons that we have on the team. Very, very interesting. If we're wanting like specifically a grass type, I think probably our best one is either Ferrothorn or Kartana. Depends on like how offensive you want to be.
We could get away with Bulu, probably.
I mean, I don't hate Bulu. I really don't. The problem is, again, it just really does not line up well against Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, Ferrothorn, you could actually make an argument to being okay there. I don't hate, like, Aegislash. Again, I think Aegislash would look better if we had Feeny here, but I think it's fine. Does Raichu do anything?
No, not really.
There's like scrolling here. Eggy.
This isn't the TCG, Carter. Calm down.
Sorry.
For those who are unaware, Carter's been playing the TCG, like the Game Boy TCG game in his free time, and Executor from the Jungle
it's so
set
good.
is busted.
You flip a coin for each energy attached to it, and it does, I think, 20 or 30 damage for each heads. So you just, like, one-shot everything. You just load up on Eggy and then one-shot them.
What if we forego the grass type and go Fantasy Core with Gastrodon, Arcanine, and Yveltal to back it up?
Okay.
As for our fairy type, I'm not sure what we could play.
I'm throwing Comfey out there. I don't hate it. It honestly could be Togekiss as well.
Yeah.
And do like Babiri Togekiss. It probably doesn't live a.
I don't think it lives a +1 Behemoth Blade. It might live a neutral Behemoth Blade, but I don't think it lives a +1.
What other fairies are there? I mean, honestly, again, we could just slap Bulu there. That rounds out both of our cores.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate Bulu here.
I don't know.
I don't either. I got nothing for this. I think it's either Bulu, it could be Comfey, it could be Togekiss. I think at this point we just need to slap something on it and then start building and see what fits.
What if we do this?
What are we doing?
What if we take out the Gastrodon, put in Tapu Fini, we keep Arcanine, Dragapult, Registeel, Yveltal, and we just find a ground type?
Okay. I think that's actually more reasonable. If we look for ground, we have Mammo.
We do have Mammo.
Sash Mammo doesn't sound awful. Like, based on these 5, the only other thing I could see Sash being on is Dragapult.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, Scarf Crocodile that we could do. Excadrill chunks Zacian. Can we outspeed Zacian if we're like Scarf Excadrill?
Probably not.
Oh, do we have to, right?
We're only base 88. Dragapult?
I mean, not Dragapult. Excadrill.
Excadrill's base speed is like 88.
It has to be faster than that.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's 88.
I mean, okay. So what do we get to? Timmy gets to 154. Oh yeah, we get there. 231. We have points to spare.
So
if we want to outspeed Cali Shadow, that's 222. So we need to get to 148 to speed tie, so 149 outspeeds Cali Shadow with Scarf.
So that's 220 investment into speed, and then we put the rest into attack and whatever else.
Probably HP.
Yep. It looks something like this.
Oh, no. We want that to be neutral. Let's do that. And that. And something like that. And then what are our moves at this point? We do like Iron Head.
High horsepower. We get like Shadow Claw for Cali Shadow.
Is that the best we have? Because I don't particularly like Ghost moves, just in case they have Indeedee. We don't get like dark coverage, right?
I think that's the best. We get Fling.
We get Brutal Swing.
We do get Brutal Swing. So you'd have to see if Brutal Swing OHKOs Cali Shadow.
There's no like weird interactions with like Mold Breaker and Redirection, right? There's nothing.
No.
Okay.
Mold Breaker only looks at abilities.
That's what I thought.
High horsepower, Iron Head, Rock Slide, Brutal Swing.
I'm gonna run a quick calc just to guarantee that we can deal with Shadow Rider. Because if not, then I don't think Brutal Swing is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We'll pull up the old calculator while you start punching some more stuff in.
Let's see here. Tapu Fini. We probably want to do some kind of berry set of some sort, either a wiki berry or a citrus berry. Probably a wiki berry.
Yeah, probably wiki, lefties, or AV. Like some combination, or some of those items.
I feel like lefties on Registry Seal is just too good to pass up, and then we want AV on Yveltal. Arcanine.
Brutal Swing does not KO.
Okay, what about Shadow Claw?
Oh, I guarantee that does. Yep, 112 to 133.
Cool.
Brutal Swing is really close for what it's worth.
How close is close?
72 to 85.
That ain't nowhere near enough.
I mean, we got to be able to do 28% with something.
It's more of if it was they go down to their own life orb kind of situation.
Gotcha.
Like that one, I could warrant running Brutal Swing if that was the case. Whereas I can't warrant it if they're just doing this.
If we were adamant, we would KO, but then we're not outspeeding them.
No.
Actually, adamant still isn't enough.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah. So physical. This scarf set's probably going to be fine. We'll play test with that a little bit later.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Wikiberry, Calm Mind, Moon Blast, so we don't get got by Wide Guard. Probably Muddy Water of some sort.
Yeah, probably still Muddy Water. Could also be Scald.
Either one's probably fine.
I mean, 85% accurate is 0% accurate.
Yeah, and that's the game. That's the game we play, though. So
that's very true. I can see Muddy Water. I think if you want Moonblast, you probably play Muddy Water. If you want Scald, you probably play Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, you want a spread move and a non-spread move in this situation.
And then I think in this last slot, you probably just want Protect, right?
protect, haze, light screen, something.
So let's see. Let me pull up. I'm just gonna pull up like the most common spreads on these mons and just slap on some. Steal someone else's work of using their EVs.
Yeah. I'm going to do Special Arcanine, because that's something I like more than Physical Arcanine when Incineroar's around.
I'm assuming we want this to be safety goggles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
don't get any, like, weird attacks to be able to deal with, with, like, Shadow Rider or anything, do we?
We
like
get Snarl.
I actually don't hate Snarl. Probably over Roar.
If we don't have that, then we have to make sure Excadrill and Registeel can deal with Xerneas.
Probably. The problem is Excadrill gets redirected. Since we're slapping on safety goggles here. Yeah, it's probably correct to be Roar. Especially because then, like, you can just, like, phase out if they substitute compared to just hitting them through it.
Yeah, and then Focus Sash, Dragapult is the obvious one here. If we had redirection, we could do Dragon Dance things.
But unfortunately, we don't here, so this is probably just, like, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force,
and then
Protect Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, which if we do Protect Will-O-Wisp here, we can take it off of Arcanine and put on Snarl.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot. I don't hate doubling up on Will-O-Wisp, but again, like, we do also have Feeny here, so, like, we need to be mindful of trying to burn in terrain, so...
Exactly. So we don't need a bunch of Will-O-Wisps on our team.
Correct.
So this is the easy one.
I mean, that depends on how fancy you want to get.
This one. Where is it? That one and that one.
Do we need it? Do we need Amnesia? I kind of like Substitute instead.
We could do Substitute. This is something we could do.
Yeah, give me that Steel Roller.
Just be Iron Head instead. I
don't know if I care for Iron Defense.
Iron Defense is how we're going to beat a Zacian. Like if they don't carry
that's
Sacred
true.
Sword, that's how
true.
we're beating Zacian.
But, like, what's the percentage of that?
It's actually closer than you probably think. There's a lot.
Internet would cooperate. 41%
to 36%. They are literally almost 50-50.
And then you also have, like, the Sword Stance variants, which is also boost in front of you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really like the idea of Steel Roller. I think it's probably a little cute, but I also think
it's way too cute because we don't have a guaranteed way to keep resetting terrain once we get down to 2 mons.
No, what are you talking about? They have the terrain for us, Carl.
No, that's not how this works. You cannot rely on that.
Very fair. We don't get, like, Brutal Swing or something stupid here on Registeel, right?
We get Fling. We get Sand Tomb.
That is something stupid, yes. I think Iron Defense Substitute is what I like.
Iron Defense, Substitute, Protect, and then the question is like, what do you want as your last move? Body Press hits everything but Ghost types. Iron Head hits actually everything.
For some type of damage, yeah.
For something. And then
probably.
Sand Tomb, you can't hit flying types.
Sand Tomb's bad.
You say that. Sand Tomb's the set that was most popularized at the end of Series 9.
I've never seen that before in my
Really?
life.
The Sand Tomb sets are super cool because you get to trap Incineroars.
Sure.
And you get to hit Regieleki for super effective damage. And you get to beat up everything that beats you up.
I still would like to try Rocky Helmet and then putting lefties on Feeny.
Like, what does this
The problem-
do for us,
the-
though? It's like we
the
can't play
problem
substitute
there-
if we're doing that.
Yeah. I think that's the big problem is, like, we lose substitute if we do that. So, like, how badly do we want sub?
Like, we want this thing to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's our goal, and that's how we do that was with leftovers.
That's fair.
Like, if we were playing, like, Heal Pulse on Feedy, we could get away with that.
Go on.
Like, do, like, a lefties support set with, like, just Muddy Water.
You probably don't want Calm Mind then, right?
No, we changed this to Heal Pulse. We changed to Heal Pulse, and we changed to Nature's Madness, and we just become this support Feedy.
We could also do Icy Wind, because, like, we have no form of speed control here.
Yeah. Let me find all the moves we're looking for here.
Nature's Madness, put Heal Pulse, and probably Protect.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually like this quite a bit.
And then we get to do your Rocky Helmet things that you want to do here.
Rocky Helmet.
We can keep
Iron Defense.
We can keep Substitute if you want.
I don't think we actually need it because I don't think I like it. We can do Iron Defense, Body Press, Protect, Iron Head.
And
then, like, we're guaranteed to hit everything.
Yeah.
And, like, if we ever get an Iron Defense off with this set, then, like, we just actually become unkillable.
Also, having Iron Head into Xerneas is probably important.
I agree. I agree there. And then
this is the easiest one.
Oblivion Wing.
This is actually the easiest one.
Dark Pulse, Snarl, Sucker Punch. Nailed it.
Like, this is the easiest one.
Why does this thing get Rock Slide? It's so dumb.
It's the same reason it gets Heat Wave.
Dumb. Do we want Heat Wave, actually?
We have Flamethrower on Arcanine.
Like,
and what would you play a Heat Wave over?
Snarl?
No. Probably not.
Probably not.
With Snarl on Yveltal, do we want Snarl on Arcanine still?
Probably.
Okay. So,
I like this.
I like this a lot. This seems fine on paper, and that's the trick, is if once you get something that seems fine on paper, it comes down to how fine is it in testing.
Alright, time to slap some EVs on these things.
Yeah.
I got Yveltal pulled up.
Rattle it off.
Modest 236. 04 68 12 188.
Can't be 188. That doesn't math. Oh, right there. There it is. Boop.
Sound like that? That's what it says, Carl.
There we go. I was like, when you said, like, when I was doing the math, I was like, that can't be right. Like, no, that's right. We'll come back to Registeel.
Alright, cool.
Because that one's going to be weird. Dragapult's probably pretty straightforward since it's Focus Sash. You kind of just want to maximize speed, maximize attack. Put the 4 points in special defense in case you run into P2.
Yep, that's literally it. You nailed it.
We have our extra drill set figured out. We know our speed. We know our calcs there. That's fine. Tapu Fini, we probably want to be some sort of max HP bulky set.
Has Calm 244, 076, 476, 108.
You said Calm.
Uh-huh.
And then Arcanine, we probably want to be bulkier here too. We could be fast, Arcanine. And I'm not sold on Flamethrower being the right move. It could just be Overheat or Heat Wave as well.
Here we go. Timid. 244. 020. 420. 220.
This set seems very familiar. I feel like this is from like way back in Collinsville when we were building Arcanine to begin with.
Dude, this set is so easy to like EV train on cart too.
Here's the question that we're coming down to is, do we want Arcanine to just get completely walled by Wide Guard, or do you want to run Flamethrower?
I think I like Flamethrower more just because then we're dealing more damage into like Amoonguss.
Okay.
And like Rillabooms. So we need Registeel.
Yeah, here's where probably it's going to get weird and tricky.
Do you want to be Impish or Bold?
I'd rather be Impish. Since we have Iron Head. If we didn't have Iron Head, it doesn't matter.
252.
Yep.
156, 100. And your defenses.
Okay. I was like, why are we putting that much into attack?
Carl.
Like that?
We're gonna smack them. Yeah. You also could be minus speed.
I don't hate being relaxed here.
Like 0 relaxed.
Then
we're taking less from like gyro balls.
Yeah, from like opposing stack attack and whatnot.
And like we're absurdly bulky, so like we're not gonna take hits there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want more special defense for any particular reason? I think with Rocky Helmet we probably want to be more defensively bulk.
As long as we can take like surging strikes from Urshifu really, really well, that's probably like our big check.
Let me check.
And make sure we survive like a +1 Sacred Sword 100% of the time without any boosts on our end.
156 relaxed. This is Urshifu single strike. Alright, no, rapid. 50. This is max attack Jolly.
With
Choice
Mystic,
Band
with
surging
Choice Band?
strikes.
Okay.
Does at most 57%.
Cool. That means our Rocky Helmet's dealing just about as much back.
Close combat does 94 to 112, but like
that's also Choice Band.
Yeah, that's so let's turn that to like Mystic Water.
Yeah, like Mystic Water. If it did that much as Mystic Water, it's going to do as Choice Band. It's going to do less than as Mystic Water.
Yeah, Mystic Water close combat does at most 75%.
Yeah.
Surging Strikes does at most 45%.
Cool. And then Zacian's Sacred Sword at +1.
Sacred Sword. Close combat does 84 to 100.
Like on the dot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 100.5.
Well, yeah.
Sacred Sword does 64 to 76.
Bump it up to 164. What does that do for us? On your defense.
210, that gets us to at most 75.9. And close combat then is 84 to 101 still.
So we would have to take out a decent chunk in special defense and put it into defense to actually get to that point.
172. 172 is a guaranteed live from close combat.
So 211 and 84 in special defense would keep us alive.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Run one more calc for me.
Yep.
See how much this high horsepower from this extra drill does to Zacian.
Sure.
Just so we
high
have
horsepower does 78 to 92 against. This is 184 HP.
Okay. If they're just no HP, max attack, max speed, we get there then.
89 to 105.
Yeah, we can get there.
38% chance to Oko.
Close enough for me.
Good enough for me.
Okay, so this team is pretty sweet.
On paper, it looks really cool.
Yeah, on paper it looks really, really cool. We can't beat what was the word I was looking for? We can't beat
I don't know.
I actually don't know what we can't beat here. I'm trying to think of something that's like gonna just stall us out.
Kyogre is probably really annoying.
Kyogre is probably really hard, but that's the difference between playing with Stakataka and Registeel, is if we're playing with all the things we get access to, Arcanine becomes Incineroar almost immediately, Registeel becomes Stakataka, and then we can play a Trick Room sub-theme with our Yveltal, and we don't have this problem anymore.
I mean, I'm sure Yveltal probably does okay in that matchup, seeing how we're AV. And like Feeny going for Nature's Madness is going to do a lot.
Yeah.
Excadrill probably outspeeds it. Unless they get Tailwind up. I don't know. You wanna jump into some games and see what we can actually do here?
Yeah.
This is a sweet team.
Okay, so there's a lot of levitating and flying types here.
Okay, so Gyarados Charizard.
Yeah.
Lucario Entei, Giratina Origin, and Kartana.
Okay.
So this is beat up Charizard into their Lucario.
100%. 100%.
Arcanine seems really, really good here because obviously we get to intimidate not only the Lucario but also the Giratina and potentially, the Kartana and potentially the Giratina. I like Excadrill quite a bit. I bet they lead Gyarados actually.
I'm expecting Gyarados lead here.
I actually like Dragapult Arcanine as a lead.
Like Dragapult Arcanine?
Uh-huh.
I want Excadrill just because I want to be able to hit this Charizard.
I agree.
Like, Excadrill hits everything super effectively, but, like, the Giratina and the Kartana.
And I mean, we still hit those neutrally, so, like...
Yeah. And then...
I think I like Yveltal as our last.
Yeah. Just, like, checks that Giratina really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Like, if this is, like, Charizard shenanigans, I want to immediately
They're both
Will-O-Wisp.
Okay.
I want to immediately Will-O-Wisp that Lucario.
And then I could roar the Entei.
I don't hate that.
Or we could
we could also just flamethrower the Lucario. Like,
yeah.
what is Entei doing here that threatens us?
Stone Edge. That's like the only thing I can think of.
If we're doing that, I don't think we need to burn the Lucario though.
Well, we got 10 seconds, but I'm just gonna.
Yeah, do your thing.
Okay, they just detect. That's fine.
So this is fine.
Entei, get out of here. Bring me that Charizard.
Oh no!
No, this is fine.
Because we outspeed them, so now we can just, Phantom Force into the Zard and
just flamethrower the Lucario.
Yeah. If you're Sash, you live. If not, goodbye. Good day, sir.
That's fine.
I mean, this is still going to take a chunk. Goodbye!
Burn?
Burn? No
Nope.
burn. Never lucky.
Never lucky. Phantom Force.
I think we just protect here.
Yeah, we just click protect this turn.
See, Zard outsped us, so... I mean, honestly, protecting here with Arcanine is... whatever. I think we actually could have gone for another Flamethrower. Oh, Zard actually lived. Icy Wind Gyarados.
Charizard went down to its own solar power.
Yep. So I kind of like just clicking. Yeah, I mean, Lucario probably detects this turn.
So we just click Dragon Darts into Gyarados.
Yep. And I think we roar out the Lucario. Give me back the Entei.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just do that. Oh, okay.
They don't protect.
They don't protect this turn. That's fine.
I mean, this is still just fine.
Oh, yeah, no, this is 100% fine.
When was that earthquake?
This is 100% fine.
Because now we get to bring out Excadrill.
Yeah, Excadrill just to come out here. We just get to do this, Will-O-Wisp, and...
We just rock slide them.
Yeah, we just lock on the rock slide, don't we?
I think so, yeah.
Well, we could high horsepower and take out... We still can lock into high horsepower and take out Lucario.
Or we could... we can go for Phantom Force plus... Or Dragon Darts plus Rock Slide.
I just like burning I just like burning Gyarados here. Like
that's fair.
That's how they win this game. Is Gyarados gets to sweep.
Yeah, you're right.
And we just take out Lucario.
Everything around it.
Yeah, like we just burn the Gyarados, and now Gyarados.
Cool. No Lum.
Now Gyarados doesn't do anything.
Yep. And Sun's gone, so like Entei's not going to do anything here. We can now just Phantom Force and High Horsepower. Yeah. Chunked him.
Bye-bye! You can have it. That's fine.
Sure. You got my Excadrill.
Waterfall into Excadrill is going to take it out 100% of the time anyway. That is fine.
This team's fun. Sucker punch him.
Punch him. And then Phantom Force picks it up.
Bop him.
Oh, not quite. No. That's fine. He writing's on the wall. They realize they're done here. So this team feels really good. You want to play one more?
Yeah, we'll get one more in. I approve of everything going on with this team. This is cool. I like what we're doing here.
This feels fun. Okay, here's the true test. It's a Zacian team.
Not only is it Zacian, but they have a dog.
We have been dubbed good players, y'all.
If I could chat, I would. Is chat on screen? Can they see this?
No, they can't. They can't, but I can.
I'm really curious who this is because clearly they know who we are.
They might know who we are. So this is the Littleroot Ladders account. So
okay, how do we beat Zacian?
So our Zacian matchup is probably really contingent on Dragapult, Arcanine, Excadrill.
I think so. I don't think we bring Yveltal here.
I don't think we do either.
I don't think it does anything. I think I like Registeel. But like I like Registeel if we have Yveltal.
Yeah. I like Tapu Fini if we don't bring Yveltal. Like Dragapult, Arcanine, Tapu Fini, Excadrill is like the 4 we probably bring.
I think so. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how.
The order.
I think Arcanine up front is pretty great. I think Arcanine Excadrill up front is like pretty good.
And then
Fini Dragapult in the back.
Dragapult. We could do Fini Yveltal.
I actually like I like Arcanine Dragapult up front.
Arcanine Dragapult? And then
Fini Excadrill in the back.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I like this.
Hey, we're not punished.
Ooh. Leading their Zacian. Interesting. So here I think we just protect and Will-O-Wisp them. Just immediately deal with the Zacian. Like their one switch in is Arcanine.
Their one switch in is Incineroar.
Or Ditto. Or Ditto to copy our Arcanine. I think this is still fine. I don't think they switched Zacian out here.
They didn't.
Sure. Show me Behemoth Blade. Oh, they're also slow.
Oh,
they're slow. Oh,
they're slow. We got them.
I kind of want to roar the Ditto.
Can we roar the Ditto? Is that something we could do?
And I think clicking Protect here. Because I think they Will-O-Wisp into our... They're either going to Will-O-Wisp or they're going to Phantom Force.
It's Quick Claw Ditto.
Interesting.
Not today. Get out of here. Be gone.
Goodbye.
This is so cool.
Alright, now I think we protect again. And I kind of want to Phantom Force the Landorus.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, we just Phantom Force into this Landorus slot, right?
I'm actually surprised they don't switch the Zacian out here. Oh,
because they're just going to set up Swords Dance. We don't hit through Substitute.
No. I think we just had to flamethrower the Zacian now.
Actually, we could just roar it out.
I mean, I would rather just deal with it.
Okay. We break the sub. Oh, they got punished. They're getting punished here. we lose Arcanine there. That's fine.
But now we bring out Excadrill. We outspeed him.
We can click Rock Slide and probably just Dragon Darts to take out Landorus. Or we could just click High Horsepower.
The problem with High Horsepower is like exactly Rillaboom switch in, which I could see them doing here. I think I like Rock Slide. We could also lock into Iron Head, but I don't think we need Iron Head here.
No, and then
probably just Dragon Darts.
Dragon Darts will double in the Landorus no matter what because of the smart AI.
Yep. And like if they switch out Zacian here, then okay.
We got the flinch.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. This is all fine.
I'll take this.
I think picking up Zacian there was actually important.
Yeah, but I don't know if Icy Wind will pick up the Zacian.
I think after Burn it will. I think we protect this turn. I think we Icy Wind protect.
Oh, okay, we're going to we might get him here. Oh.
Oh.
No, that ain't getting him.
Okay. It's really close, but unfortunately not.
Well, with Grassy Terrain, it wasn't getting him no matter what.
Yeah. Now we protect, and we... Yeah, I think we... I think not locking into High Horsepower to deal with this Zacian is a problem.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yep, Grassy Glide, we go away. The problem is we're losing Feeny this turn, unless we get the double.
We just have to go for the double.
Like, and even if we do, I think...
We got it.
We don't pick up Rillaboom this turn is the problem.
No, but we can, we're just stalling out turns of Grassy Terrain.
That's also true. And then I guess we just Dragon Darts.
Yeah.
Dragon Darts will pick up the Landorus. What happens if they switch in here? If they switch into Zacian here?
It'll still be the smart AI.
Okay. I have no idea how this AI works.
Oh, this works too. Yeah, we're gonna lose Feeny here.
Nice crit. Holy cow. Alright, this is fine because now we can... There's one turn of terrain left. Yeah, we just protect here. Actually, no, I was gonna say they switch out. But this is fine. So now we Phantom Force?
Yep.
And hope to win the speed tie? Oh, I forgot we're Sash!
Yeah.
We're so smart. We're so talented at this game.
Should have Phantom Force
into...
Oh, no, this is fine.
Yeah, this is actually perfect. Because this is a free turn. So now they switch back into Ditto.
And we just Dragon Darts. And we just Dragon Darts.
Yeah. That should pick up double KO. So now it's Rillaboom, but the problem is we're at 1 HP and they have Grassy Glide.
Yep.
Alright, quintuple protect. Let's go.
All the protects, let's go.
We need to get to a range where we're not dead to Grassy Glide.
No,
which is literally every range.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, that game was sweet. I think not taking the Zacian out was actually what cost us that game.
Yeah, like we needed to focus the Zacian, and instead we protected and tried, and you talked me into Icy when taking out, and I didn't think. No, Carl. Yes, they do know us.
Say hi to the podcast.
Say hi to the podcast.
So, to our opponent, GG. That was a super fun game.
So love playing the Rebels sometimes. So I wonder who this is.
I'm really curious.
They'll find us. They'll listen to the pod. They'll find us.
One more?
Nihil Lego Legs. We could probably play one more.
One more. We got time. We
time.
have nothing but time. I want to go out on a positive note.
I mean that was a pretty good game no matter what.
What is this team?
We're in low ladder, Carter. What are you expecting?
I don't know. Not Como swoop at.
So again, this is a team that Yveltal struggles against, but this is why we have Registeel.
Yeah, I think Registeel Excadrill is like really appealing in this matchup.
I like Arcanine, and I like Arcanine, and I like Dragapult or Yveltal.
I actually really like Yveltal here. It deals with Indeedee, Swoobat. I mean, it deals with literally everything except for Xerneas.
And then Registeel and like Tapu Fini.
I'm thinking Excadrill.
Thinking Excadrill?
I think like the problem is how fast are they gonna be?
Like Tapu Fini is something I want just to deal with terrain.
Yeah, that's fair.
Excadrill will outspeed that Xerneas before it gets a Geomancy up.
That's the thing is I'm talking post Geomancy because they have multiple forms of redirection here.
If they try to do post Geomancy, then we can just eventually get them out of there with either Roar or.
This
is why I like Haze on my Tapu Finis as well.
I think I like Excadrill more.
Okay.
Like I don't think I really care about their terrain. Volcarona Rillaboom.
Deal.
Okay.
Deal. I'm expecting Fake Out into the Yveltal.
Yeah, so we just Flamethrower into...
Probably just Rillaboom, right?
I mean, we could also Snarl. Snarl to deal with Volcarona, but I don't think that's like their goal here.
I think just Flamethrower into the Rillaboom, put some chip on it, maybe get a burn.
Switch into Registeel here.
And switch into Registeel?
Yeah, get them. They're going to fake out that slot.
Oh yeah, they probably are, aren't they?
Got him!
Oh, okay. Hey!
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Alright, now we're scared.
Now we just do that.
Go away. Protect, yeah.
Yeah, we roar this Volcarona out of here and we protect.
Registeel is so good there.
We also got really lucky with the burn. Like, let's be honest here. Arcanine burn was
true.
really clutch here.
But man, Rocky Helmet Registeel too good.
I'm starting the timer.
I need you for the thumbnail to put the Rocky Helmet on Registeel. Figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure. This is fine. Go away.
I probably could have set up a free Iron Defense here.
I actually expected a Quiver Dance. I mean, a Fiery Dance there. So now, like, they get to do their thing. But I think we just Iron Head into their Xerneas.
Yeah, I think we just Iron Head into Xerneas here.
Like, they're gonna Geomancy Fake Out.
100%.
But, like, Arcanine and Registeel are just not threatened by Xerneas.
Oh, they're just switching out, okay.
Oh, this could be bad if they get the Flame Body.
No Flame Body.
Alright, we're lucky.
We got real lucky there.
I'm just gonna
click Snarl.
Volcarona sets up now.
I'm gonna click Snarl and I'm gonna click Protect.
Didn't we protect last turn?
No, we Iron Headed last turn.
We Iron Headed. Okay.
Yeah, we Iron Headed last turn.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna just click Snarl to pretty much just make this Volcarona's Quiver Dances not matter if they do go for another Quiver Dance.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Like we could switch into Excadrill here. But
Sure.
like Quiver Dance is still meaning they're gonna outspeed us. If this is into Xerneas, I feel pretty okay about our position. Because like we have safety goggles. They don't know we have safety goggles.
They don't know that yet, no.
So I think we still just roar the Xerneas.
Yeah.
And I think going for an Iron Defense is like free.
Yeah. I think we take one. We take one whatever fire type attack comes out of this thing.
Yeah, this is fine. Moonblast my Arcanine.
Okay.
Alright, whatever. Go away.
Yeah.
What
Deal.
does this do?
Simple. Simple beam. I can tell you that for sure. 100% that's what this thing does.
Oh, gotcha. Sure. They probably switch Swoobat out into Rillaboom, so I think going for a Flamethrower into that slot is pretty free.
I was just gonna click Snarl.
Does Snarl really do anything for us, though?
It keeps Volcarona in check on our Registeel that doesn't have Amnesia.
That's true. We could Snarl and then Body Press into the Swoobat.
Yep, it did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. Simple Beam.
Sure. Whatever.
The thing is really the drops work the same way as the buffs.
Yep.
So it doesn't do anything.
Yep. And then I think
I'll just click Snarl and then probably just Iron Defense again.
Sure. I really don't see how they punch through this Registeel.
Well, they're gonna probably do it. They'd have to do it with like a +2 Xerneas or a Volcarona.
But like next to Arcanine, we just do not care. Can you simple my Registeel, please?
Yeah, that'd be great. Do that.
Is that an option?
Ally Switch? Yeah. That doesn't mean anything.
Sure? Like, sure, you're at +5 speed, but like...
Show me Rillaboom?
I really don't care. I mean, they're gonna fake out the Arcanine.
Yeah, Arcanine can probably just click Protect here, and then I think
we Body Press the Rillaboom. Yeah. Because they're gonna Quiver Dance again.
Yep.
Bop them. I actually really didn't want to take the Rillaboom out there because
we were 100% taking it out. We can't roar away these buffs.
I think the play there might have been to Iron Defense again.
Maybe.
So at what point do we just start dealing damage to this Volcarona?
We're not with this set. We just keep clicking Snarl and just get their boosts away.
Yeah. And then we just Iron Head the Xerneas, I guess. They probably... Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is fine.
Okay. Yeah, this is completely fine.
Yeah, they're gonna Geomancy...
But like now they're only at +1. Iron Head's... Holy chunks them. Registeel, you need to calm down, my dude. Yeah, I think we Snarl.
I just want to see what they're gonna what their moves are. If they have like Dazzling Gleam, then we're in trouble probably.
I think we need to Snarl though, so we can continue to pressure this Volcarona.
It's faster than us though. Yep. Hey,
Chunks.
Look at that! We lived the +2 Heat Wave. We missed the Snarl as well.
Oh no!
This is how we die.
No, we're fine, and we protect. Like we live another one. Heat Wave, and this is probably Geomancy. The Moonblast the Arcanine. Go Yveltal. Yveltal blast them. I think honestly, Body Press the Volcarona.
Body Press is going to do enough.
It's going to chunk them.
No, it's not. It's a resisted hit.
I mean, we're still at +4 though.
We also have to hit them. They're faster than us, Carter.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, like this game was lost the minute we missed the Volcarona.
I think that this game was actually lost because we killed the Rillaboom.
Yeah, that too.
Like, I legitimately think if we had Iron Defense there, and then roared the next turn, I think we win this game, because then Volcarona is no longer a threat. Yeah. Really, I mean, I think that game's really close.
It's a game of buffs. They're just trying to buff everything, and when we ended up roaring out into the Swoobat, that's just when things got out of control.
Dude, Simple Beam Geomancy is kind of gross.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% something that's like people think that nobody thinks about doing, but it's just like it's a thing.
I mean, it's really interesting. I don't know if it's particularly good, but it is interesting. So
final thoughts on the team.
Registeel is cool.
Registeel's cool. Like, obviously, without the restrictions, we probably play Stack Attacka. We probably play Incineroar. This extra drill can be something else, probably. Some kind of better Incineroar answer, things like that.
I'm not completely convinced this Excadrill set is bad. I don't think we have particularly great matchups for it. I mean, I think it could have won the game against the Zacian had we instead hit high horsepower instead of rock slide, or even Ironhead would have been good there. Because Ironhead plays around basically every switch in they had at that point too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's close. I think this team's really unique. If someone wants to build this for me, I'll play it for laddering.
Well, there you go.
So I really like this team. I think it's super, super unique. I think it has a lot of mons that people aren't going to anticipate and haven't played against in quite a while, specifically like Dragapult, Registeel, Excadrill. And I think it's super, super interesting. So if you're interested in playing it, we'll put the paste down in the show notes as always. And yep. I'm not convinced this Feeny set is exactly what I want.
Yeah, this is the one set where it's just like, I think I'd rather do this.
And I'm not convinced Heal Pulse is actually good for us. It never felt like we were in a position to be able to use it.
So
Granted, we played literally 3 games with it.
Yeah.
So like,
the Tapu Fini here is kind of acting like a Comfey for this team, where it's just like, instead of priority heal, like floor healing, we just have Heal Pulse, which is fine. It's not anything crazy. Also, our EV spreads are super generic, and we have like no actual idea what they do, other than like Registeel and Excadrill.
Yeah, exactly. Like the 2 that we messed with, like we know what they're for, but past that,
everything's very, very standard.
Yeah. So, anything you want to hit on before we get out of here for the day, man? Your thoughts on the team?
I like it. Like I said, if you remove the restriction, swap this Registeel out for Stakataka, swap this Arcanine out for Incineroar, maybe adjust this Excadrill into something else that answers electric type, like, I'm not sure. I can't think of any ground types that are popular. Landorus, probably Landorus Therian. Do double intimidate cycles if you want to do that, things like that nature.
Landorus also gives us like another ground immunity as well. So like Registeel and Ensign, like Stakataka Ensign in this instance would be better suited for Landorus as well. So I think it's fine. I think even with the restrictions, I think this team is pretty unique, and we get to do a lot of cool things. So
this is a fun episode. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoy these kinds of episodes.
This is really fun. We had to do these way more often, I think.
Yeah.
So if this is something that people actually enjoyed, by all means, please let us know. If you're interested in seeing us do this, once a month, once a series, something like that. I mean, we're always looking for show ideas. So by all means, please let us know.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That is going to be it for today, everyone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. If you're not listening on YouTube, make sure you jump over there where you can actually, watch our matches and watch all of our content that goes up there every day of the week. Let's see. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Mr. Missouri 25, Carl is at Musical VGC. You can follow Carl and I both on Twitch as well. As I mentioned, I'm probably currently streaming on Twitch as this is going on. I am at Mr. Missouri 25. Carl is at Musical over there as well if you want to drop us a follow. And if you're really generous, it is September, so I believe all the subscriptions on Twitch right now are 40% off. And I want this to be known because I think this is like a confusion that people have. Twitch is completely free. You don't need to pay to be on Twitch. You can just have an account. So like, just go make one and come follow us. It literally costs you absolutely nothing.
Yep, and then you get to enjoy other people's content too.
For sure. And I highly, highly, highly recommend Twitch. It is probably my second most watched form of content. It's probably way closer than I'm willing to admit. Come and join our community Discord. It's where you can interact with Carl, myself, and everyone else in our LRL crew. Check out our website. I know Carl has a article that's going to go up sometime soon. So make sure you go and check it out whenever it's available. That's lrlessons.com. Make sure you go and check that out. And I think that's all I have. Questions, comments, concerns can always be reached to us 100 different ways. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, email, you name it, we have it. So,
yep.
I think that is going to do it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week with some more Littleroot lessons. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.